News 3 reached new heights over the weekend. Anchor Jennifer Holloman brings us the view of a lifetime.
And see how an early penalty changed everything as Macomb High faced off Monmouth-Roseville this weekend.
School year, families were concerned about Illinois' higher education.
Plus, enrollment is down at WIU. Find out how much and what effect it's causing. These stories and more on today's Live at 4.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
Welcome to Live at 4. I'm Nick Garrett.
And I'm Terrence Black.
Overall enrollment has dropped 9% at WIU since last fall.
The big question is, what are school leaders doing around this issue? News 3's Devin Brooks is here with more.
Nick and Terrence, school officials say the drop in enrollment was expected because of the two-state current budget impasse, and now realizing the uncertainty with legislators on higher education funding, steps are being taken to maintain growth and retention.
The current student body at Western Illinois University is totaled at 9,441 students, a 9% difference from this time last fall 2016 when overall enrollment was over 10,000. Administration officials at Western tell us they're not shocked by the reduction. Due to the long budget impasse from lawmakers in Springfield, the university had a feeling this could happen. President Jack Thomas issued a press release last week on the enrollment, saying, quote, when the budget impasse extended the fiscal year, families were concerned about Illinois' higher education and made their college decisions before the deadlock was resolved, end quote. With the decrease in students, it also lowers the amount of revenue that comes in. But although the university took a slight drop in numbers, they're still taking steps to uphold overall retention.
Retention rate overall for the entire university is 76%. Our retention rate from freshman to sophomore this year is 67.8%. And so our goal is about 70%.
Dr. Williams also feels that the current recruitment and enrollment incentives in place will steadily draw in interest to Western. This as the administration continues to look for more ways to show why WIU is the right choice.
Enhance our efforts in our 16-county regional area. There are many students in the 16-county regional area that may not even be aware of all of the wonderful academic programs that we have to offer at Western, and we think that many of those programs will align with some of their career goals.
Despite the drawbacks, school officials are optimistic that in years to come they will regain higher enrollment to the university. But this will require all assets to push for promoting the school and reaching out to a wide range of college-bound scholars.
And this Saturday, the university will host the first Discover Western for this school year in hopes of attracting potential students to WIU. For News 3, I'm Devin Brooks. Nick Terrence, back to you.
Thanks, Devin. Some organizations at WIU might see some changes because of declined enrollment. News 3's Alex Guerrero reports.
The recent cuts to colleges throughout the state of Illinois have impacted many. Here at Western Illinois, the student decrease has not helped at all. Since enrollment has dropped, the Office of Student Activities has seen a $76,000 cut.
So it would really affect the organizations and their exec boards who are thinking of events to bring on campus. So with less money to work with, there would be cuts in certain things that we may have always done in the past. So they would either have to come up with new things to do that would cost less, or ways to just cut small things that wouldn't affect the overall event too much.
OSA funds roughly 60 organizations here on campus and plan to take a moderate amount of funds to put into a reserve account. It will be up to the organization to see what they will be able to do after the cut.
So the way we get our funding is through the students. So the amount of students we get will determine how much of the fees that we get that we could use for these events. And so typically we budget for about an 8% cut, and this year we actually experienced about a 22% cut of students. So the big change is what led to the overall budget cut.
This is the only budget cut OSA plans to have this school year. For News 3, I'm Alex Guerrero.
With this cut, organizations will have to spend less money to spend for activities and events for students on campus.
It's almost time for students to file for federal student aid. FAFSA will open for students on Sunday, October 1st. The U.S. Department of Education recommends that students take advantage of filing for FAFSA as soon as possible. They must file for FAFSA to be considered for any federal and state aid, grants, and loans. As of last year, WIU Financial Aid received files from over 11,000 students, nearly 2,000 more than last year. Students can complete FAFSA at www.fafsa.ed.gov.
The Illinois Department of Natural Resources has founded $100,000 for the study of bobcats in McDonough, Schuyler, Fulton, and Hancock counties. Dr. Chris Jakes at WIU is heading the research, and he says one of the main points of the study was to evaluate the effects of bobcat hunting and to determine the bobcat population in Illinois. Jakes says residents and students in the area can have a helping hand in research by contacting him if they spot a bobcat, especially if it's tagged or collared. Blue tags are males and red tags are for females. He says bobcat sightings are rare but do happen. To learn more about this research and to find ways that you can be a part of the team, contact Dr. Jakes by email at cn-jakes@wiu.edu.
A WIU student is facing charges after officers say he took off in his car during a traffic stop. Just after midnight this morning, an officer spotted the man exiting the Family Video parking lot near the 300 block of Randolph with 2 passengers. Police say he jumped a barrier and hit a sign in the newly renovated train station parking lot. The officer says they chased him to First Bankers Trust Services before making an arrest. He was charged with a DUI, resisting and obstructing a peace officer, and obstructing identification. His court date is set for October 11th. In just under an hour, the last round of Rocky on Parade statues will be unveiled at the annual Town and Gown. The event starts at 5:30 p.m. in the Forum in downtown Macomb. WIU President Jack Thomas and Macomb Mayor Mike Inman will be speaking during a brief program at the event. It will include food and drinks and is open to the public with a $20 ticket sold at the door.
WIU is holding its inaugural Macomb Alumni and Friends golf outing this weekend. Those who are participating will be playing 18 holes of golf and competing for prizes. After the players finish the round, there will be dinner for everyone who comes out. If there are some people who only want to play 9 holes, that can be arranged as well. Contact Amy Spellman with any questions. The event will begin at 10 a.m. this Friday.
Tomorrow, the College of Fine Arts and Communication will hold their annual School of Music Scholarship Concert. It will begin at 7:30 in the COFAC Recital Hall. The concert will feature some of the best student ensembles from the WIU School of Music.
It will include the University Singers, the Jazz Studio Orchestra, and many more. Admission is free, but donations will be accepted at the door. For more information, contact Joni Herbert at the COFAC office.
Some family hobbies might include camping, fishing, or bowling. One man I talked to this weekend has a hobby that takes family time to a whole new level. News 3's Jennifer Holloman reports.
Propane fuel, a basket, a colorful balloon, a beautiful blue sky. These are all of the factors that I observed needed to fly a hot air balloon. Roosh was my pilot for the day. He explained to me that this is a special family hobby they share.
Every balloon's named, kind of like boats. I mean, this one's called Sub Divo, which is Latin for underneath the open sky. My folks' balloon has a Celtic knot on the side of it, so the name of all their balloons have been Knot Balloons, K-N-O-T. Yeah, some of them, they all have a unique name.
New got an exclusive look on the Devo, which is one of the balloons featured in the Macomb Balloon Rally. There are many colors, shapes, and sizes of these unique balloons. There are even raceables that are used to compete in all over the world. The sky's the limit in a hot air balloon ride. Dan flew over Spring Lake Park just north of campus. You can see the view of Highway 67, WIU campus, and the Macomb Airport. This is truly a beautiful sight to see. For News 3, I'm Jennifer Holloman.
The Macomb Balloon Rally is an event that brings families in the community out every year for fun and to view the themed balloons.
Friday marks the 98th celebration of a happy event in Rushville. The annual Smiles Day celebration began as a welcome back to returning World War soldiers. The celebration will include a parade, food, vendors, and more. It will run from 10 to 4 p.m. Friday and Saturday in Rushville. This event is free to the public.
Sock Bookie Saturday is coming back to WIU this Saturday at the Western Illinois Art Gallery. This Saturday will feature Painting Nature from 10 a.m. to noon. This event is free to the public and includes activities for children and parents. For more information, visit wiu.edu/artgallery.
A group of history professors came out to speak about a national event that has affected people more than 800 miles away.
And your furry little friend might be the reason you're feeling under the weather. We'll tell you more after the break.
I think just working with everybody in the newsroom, everybody has such a great camaraderie. All the opportunities that I've been given here have just been amazing to expand on that resume. I try not to beat myself up on the mistakes I make because there's so many opportunities. Just giving that experience, and this is how I got to do things in the real world, is really what the broadcasting and journalism department has done for me. When you have a really good show and that everybody nailed it, I mean, that's one of the best feelings in the world.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Garrett Covington chose Western Illinois University because of the law enforcement program and the chance to be a leatherneck.
Western has one of the best law enforcement programs in the nation, and I get to play the game I love. Whether I go pro or I go to law school, because of Western, I would take my success to another level. I am a success story. I am a leatherneck.
Think purple, think success. Think Western Illinois University.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
A single WIU students and the Macomb community gathered in the Lemoyne room last night for the Union for the Charlottesville panel discussion.
Charlottesville matters because it forces us to think about what we can do at the table. I think everyone has a part, a social responsibility, so we need to think about the part that we play in the wider world outside the university.
Videos of the rallies in Charlottesville were played during the discussion. People were encouraged to write down their thoughts and share them with the panel. This was a successful way to bring together people for a cause bigger than themselves.
There's a potentially deadly bacterial infection linked to a national retail store. Kansas is among the states where the problem has been reported. Gretchen Cohen reports.
It's called Campylobacter, and so far 5 people in Kansas have contracted the illness. Campylobacter is spread through contact with dog feces and is not typically spread from one person to another.
This has always been in the environment. This has always been in the puppy systems. It's not something new.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says within the last year, 39 cases have been reported nationwide, and they say they are all linked to contact with puppies sold through Petland.
There haven't been any cases here in Topeka, which is great. There have been 5 in Kansas, but the CDC would actually let us know if there were any cases from our store. We would be notified.
With our sanitization protocols, you have to wash your hands in between every puppy, not only to protect the humans, but to protect the puppies.
Hand washing and sanitizing aren't the only ways to keep from getting sick.
It's super important that you don't let puppies lick in your mouth or around your face, and always wash your hands or sanitize your hands after dealing with animals.
The CDC has not said which Petland stores have seen cases, but there are 4 stores in Kansas: Topeka, Overland Park, Olathe, and Wichita.
The CDC says it hasn't found any failures in Petland's national operation that would lead to a Campylobacter infection.
Coming up after the break, Molly Naslin has a look at warmer temperatures across the region for this weekend. You're watching Live at 4.
Night and destroy your home or community. You can't control where that ember will land. Only what happens before it does. Visit fireadapted.org to learn how you can help protect your community from wildfires.
I think what I love most about News3 is that we're really provided with a real-world experience. We're able to get hands-on work in news, and it's very similar to what you would find in a real newsroom, but everyone around here is really good about pushing you to be your best. News3 has really taught me to believe in myself and that if you work hard, you can achieve anything you want. News can sometimes be really tricky, and you have a lot of roadblocks. All of us hold each other to really high standards, and I think that really shows in our newscasts.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Good afternoon, Macomb. We are looking at beautiful temperatures sitting at about 83 degrees right now, very sunny. We're looking at our humidity right now, and it's about 45%, very low. Winds out of the south at 4 miles per hour, and our dew point sitting at about 59 degrees. Taking a look at our weather right now, we see Irma off to our east. She's not doing much, and she's not going to be affecting us anytime soon. Now, you can see over our area, very beautiful clear skies, not a single cloud in the area, very beautiful. Taking a look at our almanac here, we are looking at highs topped out at about 84 degrees with the low bottoming out at about 58. Now, the average for September is about 78 degrees for a high and 54 for a low, so this is a bit lower than what we're seeing today. Back in 1939, the high topped out at about 101 degrees, very hot, and the low bottomed out in 1923 at 34 degrees. Taking a look at Hurricane Jose really quick, he is currently sitting at tropical storm and should be building into a Category 1 over the weekend. Now, he's not expected to track anywhere near the East Coast, but they will be seeing some tidal waves, maybe some heavy winds. However, he will not be making any form of landfall. Taking a look now at our current temperatures, here in Macomb, we are sitting at 83 degrees, 86 in Beardston, and 87 in Keokuk. Looking ahead at tonight, we are sitting at a low bottoming out at about 58 degrees here in Macomb, 58 as well in Beardston, and 61 in Keokuk. Looking ahead at tomorrow, our high is going to be topping out at about 89 degrees, rounding out at 90 degrees down in Beardston, and looking at 89 over in Keokuk. Tomorrow night, we are going to see lows bottoming out at about 62 degrees here in Macomb, 63 in Beardston, and looking at 66 over in Keokuk. Now, taking a look ahead at tonight, very clear skies. You'll definitely be able to see the moon tonight. And low bottoming out at about 58 degrees, winds out of the south at 5 miles per hour. Looking at tomorrow, very high degree of 89 degrees, very, very sunny. Winds out of the south at 9 miles per hour. Taking a look now at our 5-day forecast. We'll be seeing temperatures at about 89 degrees tomorrow, bottoming out at 62 degrees. Extremely sunny on Saturday with highs of about 88 degrees, lows bottoming out at 65. And then looking ahead at your weekend, we're going to be seeing some more clouds falling into the sky, as well as highs topping out about 84, and then 82 for Monday, and 83 with clouds on Tuesday.
Oh, that looks wonderful.
It's amazing because the summer just won't quit.
No, definitely not. It wants to stay.
All right, but now with this great weather, we're going to sports.
Rivalry week strikes Macomb as Roseville comes to town. MHS Volleyball looking to continue their winning ways against the Titans. And hear from Macomb High football coach Tony Weston, who brought a special assistant coach with him to the interview. All that and more coming up next in sports.
You taught him how to hit a baseball, how to hit a receiver, the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
Hey, Hard, what's this? That's my resignation letter. You're resigning? Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you eat stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit. I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me. Okay, but remember, it's not what you say. It's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
You make me wear my bike helmet. Taught me never to run with scissors. And to follow the swimming rules.
You tell me to stay away from drugs.
To always buckle my seatbelt.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
My favorite thing about NEWS3 is you're constantly working with someone. If you're not going to work with someone, then your show's not going to go right. NEWS3 has really got me ready and prepared for the outside world. Traveling to do a tornado story, or if that even means traveling to Iowa to cover third graders. I get to work with some fantastic people. It wouldn't be the show that it was today without the production crew, without our anchors, without our talent. It's really a team effort, and I'm beyond blessed to be able to be here.
The Bombers looking to build on a win against West Hancock when the Titans of Monmouth-Roseville come to the hangar. The Bombers coming off a two-set win looking to cause the Titans problems. Early in the first set, the Bombers having to play some defense, with the Titans being able to find gaps in between blocks. On the way back, the Bombers were able to find outside hitter Jordan Hare. Again, you're seeing the Bombers there in their huddle, really getting ready for the Titans. And again, here's that first spike by the Titans going right through the block. And on the way back, you're going to see Macomb creating some offense here. Jordan Hare off the block for the kill. Again, Macomb with more offense. Still this time they go through the middle and they find Alex Nevy, who finds the floor, and you can see that celebration. Look at him go. Again, you're seeing the student section now, black and orange, and they're just going to keep it rolling. But Macomb would drop the first set as a long serve by Lexi Leeser goes awry. Into the second set now, Macomb still working down early. Leeser gets a kill now, coming back off that bad first set. But it would be too much for them to handle with a little touch of finesse from the Titans, keeping them rolling, increasing the distance. Macomb still trying to fight their way back as an ace by the Titans, coming 12-9 at the time. And this would be the final point of the set. Macomb actually being charged with a foul or a penalty, and Monmouth-Roseville would take the game in 2 sets. Again, Macomb coming off a recent win, dropping in straight sets against the Titans. Macomb loses again. To the pitch for some high school soccer, the Bombers hosting also the Titans of Monmouth-Roseville. Early on possession for the Bombers, cuts around a defender, and you're going to see them drive into the box. Early foul, and it actually would be called a penalty, a controversial call, going to be a big difference. The captain strikes, somebody gives the goalkeeper the eyes, sending him the wrong way. Early lead for Macomb against the 8th-ranked team in the state. Again, Macomb coming off some poor results early on, but Monmouth-Roseville still in the hunt. A shot going straight over the bar, and it would be mostly Monmouth-Roseville at the time. Again, you're seeing just them peppering the Macomb goal and really causing problems. Macomb having to sort of resort to some heavy defense as you see a tough tackle there. Into the second half now, more Monmouth-Roseville, and a shot going just wide, leaving the goalkeeper sprawling. and they would keep looking for offense, still down a goal. This is real late in the game, 89th minute, and the ball sails right over the bar. Macomb would hold on to beat Monmouth Roseville 1-0. The Bombers coming in at home with an impressive win. The Macomb High School football team earned its first victory in the Tony Weston era on Friday, 34-7 over Blue Ridge. News 3 sports anchor Danny Fry caught up with Coach Weston after the win #1 on the season.
The Bombers are ready to build on the success of their first win.
You get that new win of a new era, it kind of lets a valve out a little bit. So, you know, it was important. It was important to put one in that column, and we really felt like we left one on the table in week 1. So, so to get that in week 3 lets us put our focuses in other directions.
The Mount Zion Braves come to town on Friday, outnumbering the Bombers when it comes to program size.
Where we have small numbers, we've got kids that are going to play, and we've got some kids with a little attitude, and like you talked about, they tasted success. So we anticipate that they're going to fire off the ball, they're going to set a tone with some physicality, and we're going to play downhill, and we're going to put on a show for our shorter fans, right?
For News 3, I'm Danny Fry.
The Bombers play host to Mount Zion on Friday night at 7 p.m. From Macomb football to Western Illinois football, the Leathernecks have an early bye week, but head coach Charlie Fisher sees advantages of having some time off in week 3 of the season.
You'd rather see it a little bit later, but sometimes you can't dictate that. Schedule gives you what you get, and this kind of probably comes at a good time to help us, number 1, recover, number 2, get ready for a really tough option offense, which is totally different than anything you see.
The option offense of Coastal Carolina waits for WIU on September 23rd in Conway, South Carolina. That's sports. Final word is next.
Hillary Dunn was convinced that Western Illinois University would invest in her.
My classes, friends, teachers, and activities have had a tremendous impact on my time here.
Hillary's passion for learning and helping others will lead her down a successful path.
Whether I choose graduate school or missionary work, I'll serve to the best of my ability because I am a success story. I am a Leatherneck.
Think purple, think success, think Western Illinois University.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
I'd have to say it was just the fact that you can get involved right away. You walk in the door and you can learn all the equipment. And I've been able to anchor, I've been able to be a DJ on our student-run radio station here. I've been able to work any of the camera equipment and the audio equipment. The fact that you can get involved right away. Everybody's really friendly. They welcome you right when you walk in the door. And you report the news, but you can also have fun stories and hard news stories and conflicting stories. But yet you just get such a real-life experience here at News 3.
Taking a look again at our 5-day forecast, we're seeing temperatures highs at 89 degrees on Friday, plenty of sunshine, 62 degrees for the low that night, 88 degrees on Saturday, beautifully sunny skies, and then on Sunday we're going to be seeing some more clouds, high of about 84 degrees. Monday, high of 82 with lots of sun, and then we're bringing in those clouds on Tuesday with a high of about 83 degrees.
So I was going home this weekend to bring back my winter clothes, but it looks like I might just stay with my shorts and my t-shirts.
I think that's a very good idea. Maybe bring back a light jacket or two, but beyond that, no winter clothes needed yet.
All right.
Honestly, this is one of the best forecasts for us leading into fall anyway, because the summer is just sticking around for a little longer.
Definitely, yes.
Picking up that sweat, and we don't really need it.
It's great. But anyway, that's all for us today, but we're online all the time. Stay up to date with us, news3wiu.com.
Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just search our handle, News3WIU. You can also search us on YouTube and subscribe.
Thanks for joining us this evening.
And from all of us here at News 3, have a great night, Macomb.